Okay, so this right here is a baby ginkgo tree I planted. Ginkgo trees are actually the only living member of their genus, family, order, class, and division. And they're actually critically endangered in China, where they're native to, but they actually used to grow in North America a few million years ago, and there's lots of fossils, and especially the western United States, of ginkgo trees and all that. But anyway, so ginkgo trees are commonly grown as cultivars, and cultivars are actually clones of the same tree. And the problem with that is they lack genetic diversity. So say a new disease evolves to severely infect ginkgo trees, with cultivars, if it can infect one, it can infect all the copies of that, so equally. So it could be very destructive. That actually happened with the Gros Michel banana. They're all genetically the same, clones, and a disease could infect one, and it just severely infected all of them, and it nearly wiped out the Gros Michel banana. And that could happen with ginkgos if we keep growing them from cultivars. And so it's important to start them from seed, because seeds actually have better genetic diversity thanks to genetic recombination and genetic crossing between the parents, and generally a higher chance of mutations. And some of those mutations could be beneficial, like a gene to resist a new disease, or it could even be genes to resist things like climate change, things like heat, drought. It could they could have higher resistance to those. So it's definitely good to have high genetic diversity in ginkgo trees, especially because they're endangered in the wild. And so it's very important to grow them from seed. And so female ginkgo trees are actually a good thing, even though the seeds are really stinky, because they make seeds, and so they can contribute to higher genetic diversity in ginkgo trees. So next time you see a female ginkgo tree, remember, while it may stink in the fall, it's super important to the species, and it's really doing the species a favor. And from seed, you have about a 50-50 chance of it being male or female. And like I said, they're both important, not just the male ones, but the female ones too. So really, it's best to just let nature do its thing. The other thing is, female ginkgo trees, the seeds don't smell as bad in the fall if you have like grass and or lawn, or dirt and plants and stuff under it, because that keeps the ground a lot cooler. And so it also might make it a little harder to squish the seeds as well. And so that generally, helps to lead to less evaporation of those stinky chemicals that everyone hates that the seeds have on the outer part of it. And so yeah, having grass and plants and stuff around your female ginkgo tree is definitely a smart thing to do. You could, even though you could plant it, by asphalt and concrete, that could be really stinky. So best thing to do is plant it over, a bunch of greenery and stuff like that. It also, the leaves could kind of help to slow wind and sort of trap the smell a tiny bit too. So generally just really helps to reduce the smell. I stood under a female ginkgo in fall, and it had a lot of grass and greenery around it, and I couldn't even smell it. But if I were to actually bend over and smell the ground or pick up a seed, then yeah, it would smell really bad. I did. It smells bad. But just standing over it, you don't really smell it. So definitely do that if you grow a female ginkgo tree, or a potentially female ginkgo tree. But these are awesome trees to grow. They're really tough, and yeah.